Hi, welcome to Plumpy Thimble. Today we're going to be taking a look at a game that really highlights the core, the founding drive behind what's made America what it is today, and primarily that is violence and an insatiable need to take something that isn't ours. That's right, today we're looking at Colt Express, which takes place in the Wild West, where players are a rowdy band of train robbers, and you're working against each other to make the most money by robbing this train. Now, this premise is all presented on not a board, but an actual 3D train. The setup for this was a little bit dicey. That being said, it saved me from a number of arguments on Christmas, because when conversations got a little heated, I could go over to my own little corner and start setting up the nice Christmas present that I received. You'll notice I'm wearing this vest I found, doing that for thematic purposes. I am, however, not talking in a southern accent, because there are only two people that are allowed to do that, and I am neither Vivian Leigh nor Val Kilmer. So I'm not going to even attempt that. Now, this was the Spiel Des Jahres winner. Now, this is the Spiel Des Jahres winner of 2015, Game of the Year. And so I'd heard a little bit about it, but it was something that wasn't necessarily on our radar. It was definitely one I wanted to try, but not one I wanted to buy. And I didn't know anyone that owned it. Then they came out with a really good mobile app for this game, and I tried it and absolutely loved it. So I asked for it for Christmas, got it, and we played it a number of times since. And it's been a hit all around. The train is set up so it's littered with a number of jewels and money bags, and there's even a marshal at the front every game, and he's kind of protecting this briefcase that's worth $1,000. Players can take a number of actions, one of which being they can shoot each other. As an example, I may plan out in my mind, if I'm Cheyenne, the green character, I want to get to the top of the train because I can run faster there. On my next turn, get over here. Then on my next turn, make the marshal move out of the way, because if I'm in the same compartment as the marshal, it's bad news for me. And then get down into the compartment and then steal the $1,000. So that's what? That's 1, 2, 3, 4. That'd be a total of 5 moves. Not a lot of rounds have 5 moves, and there's 5 rounds, so it could take over the course of a couple rounds. But let's assume that we're playing a round that has 5 turns in it, and that's what I want to do. My character's going to want to move up on the roof, move over. Move the marshal, move down, and then play a card to pick up whatever loot I want in the room. So, all that goes according to plan. I'm going to play these cards. I'll move up. Once I'm on the roof, I can move faster, so my next card I'm going to play lets me move over. So I can move up to 3, go there. I want to move this marshal because I don't want him in the same compartment as me. I would move him over here. Next move, I want to move down into the train itself, and my last turn being that I want to pick up that $1,000. That probably is not going to happen that smooth. First, everybody programs. They say, I'm going to take this. The next player says, I'm going to take this action. The next player says, I'm going to take this action. Then it goes back around. So everyone's taking turns placing cards, which means at the end of the round, you flip the deck, and you start resolving those actions one by one. So your plan may not happen as you wanted it to. So remember, I wanted to go up, go over, move the sheriff, move down, steal the treasure. So this is an example of what might actually happen. I wouldn't go first because I'm in the second car. So red goes first, shoots me. I get shot. All that means is that the next time I draw, I'm going to have an extra... I could have a bullet card in my hand that is just less options. So that's annoying, but not detrimental. I get shot. My turn. I decide I want to move up onto the train just as I had planned. Blue goes. Doc decides he's going to the top of the train. That's great. Back to red. Red says, I don't want to be left alone. I'm going up here too. So that's nice. Everybody's on top of the train. Next action, I 1, 2, 3 say I'm getting to the front here. I want to get to the engine so I can get that guy. Blue says, I'm not having any of this. Punches red. Red then would drop one of his pieces of loot. So I'm just going to grab this for an example. Red drops that because he got punched. And he gets thrown to the next car. Red says, I'm out of here. Goes 1, 2, 3. Maybe that wasn't his plan. Maybe he just wanted to get to this car, but now that he's been punched over here, that's kind of good if he wants to get over the next one, because otherwise he wouldn't be able to make it. I'm sticking with my plan. Green's going to move the sheriff into the next car, because if you were in the same car as the sheriff, you get shot and then get knocked up to the top of the train. Blue's just going hog wild. Blue takes a shot, shoots green. So I get shot twice in this round. That's great. That's not something I planned. And then red decides I'm punching green, and that's something that they programmed at the beginning of the round, so they didn't necessarily know where they were going to end up. But I get punched, and I go over here, which is not what I wanted, because my plan was to go down into here and get the $1,000. Anyway, and you can see how that's not going to work for me now, because I planned on being over here and going down. I'm here, however, and I go down. I get shot by the sheriff or the marshal, get knocked back up to the top, and take one of the marshal's bullet cards. I now no longer have an opportunity to get that $1,000 this round. We keep going, blue shoots me again. I've been shot, what, 4 times this round? Red decides to pick up the loot that I dropped because he punched me. So great. Not only did I not get the $1,000, I've lost what little money I've got left. I decided I'm going to pick up the loot that's on the ground. The problem is there's nothing on the top of the train for me, so I waste that card. Last turn, green decides 1, 2, 3, going over here. And that's the end of the round. You play 5 rounds, and you can see how this is. I mean, this is just a very pre-programmed round, so you can see how things work. I need to mention something that I just absolutely love about this game, and that is the frivolous and over-the-top, just unnecessary fluff that comes in it, and that is in the shape of cacti, canyons, tumbleweeds, skulls, and this has nothing to do with the game. All this has to do with is the atmosphere. If you remember, I talked about Millennium Blades, and one of my favorite things about that game was the fact that the money was annoying to set up, but you had fat stacks of cash that really equated to just $1. So all of this is superfluous nonsense that isn't necessary for the game, but I will pull it out every single time we play. If I had any complaints with it, one, the setup time. Not the setup. The setting up the game initially takes a long time. And it looks complicated to people that aren't familiar with board games. That being said, my problem with it is that it's a little bit overly simplistic in that I've played this, we played it over Christmas and New Year. We played it maybe 5 times. And it's not one that you can play over and over and over and over and over again, because it gets a little bit stale. That being said, it's so unique. The components are so much fun that it's one that I absolutely love just how this game looks, for one, and it plays really fun. I mean, I don't have many programming games, which is why I wanted this one. It was sort of between this and Robo Rally, and I decided on this one. I'm really glad that I did, because it's approachable, it's easy to teach, easy to learn, and I mean, just look at it. You've got cacti, you've got canyons, you've got little cowboy meeples, and there's programs, so you don't know what's going to happen. It's a really solid game, and just thematically, I mean, this whole Wild West, shoot 'em up, punch your neighbor, steal the jewels, everything about it. I mean, you're moving the marshal. It's just very thematic. It's very cartoony fun. You've got that slapstick element where you don't know what's going to happen. You're punched into the wrong car. You're getting shot to the top of the roof by the marshal, and love it. It was a really, really fun game. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please like and subscribe, and we will see you next time. Thanks.